Viewer discretion is advised.
Alpha shakes her head, cracking her neck several times. Alpha breaks free of Gamma's grip and sprints toward 5967 and licks it. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today we bring you SCP Foundation Keter Class Object SCP-5967. SCP-5967 includes 5-meter-tall pillars composed of unidentified musculature and eyeball-like organs. The instances first originated in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. 5967 is capable of speech despite lacking vocal components. Members of a group known as the Commune were able to radically influence the Hume levels of Lyndhurst and its surrounding towns, generating substantial amounts of latent reality. 5967 allowed the Commune's leadership figures, Caesar Winters and Salem Steros, to establish and maintain control over the minds of local residents. Affected individuals were susceptible to remote influences by Winters or Steros. All established methods to regain control over the affected subjects from either party have been proven ineffective. On August 23, 2018, Salem Steros, along with several additional members of the Commune, were discovered holding hands in a circular pattern around 5967. Foundation agents observed the members of the Commune approach the 5967 instances, kneel down, and proceed to lick 5967 several times before returning to their location within the circle. Steros was taken back to the Foundation for questioning. A junior researcher, Umar Hadid, volunteered to interview Steros.
Look, man, why don't you just let me out of here so I can get back out there with Caesar and spread the truth?
Steros puts his fingers on his temples and rubs them in a circular motion. I'm still not quite sure who or what she is. She is a goddess, one that is actively trying to mess with us. And you and me, we are not ready for that. No one on Earth is. Why?
Because that's her thing.
You and Caesar have been performing anomalous rituals for well over…
Look, if I got up and murdered you right now, it was because she wanted it to happen.
And when she gets here and we can't see her, well, that's just bad news bears for everyone. I'm trying to save people. What about you? How would seeing this entity be good for anyone? Loyalty. I mean, think about it. Who in their right mind would lick a pillar made of meat and bones for fun? I don't think anyone would. But how did you figure this out? Me and Caesar? Well, we were just stargazing in the Meadowlands after a show one night. It was nice to get away from the city every once in a while and just take in the view. We would do that sometimes. We just lay back and chill like we were kids again. Then we heard her voice for the first time, and she told us about the truth. She said she wanted to come home, but that the way was broken and she needed our help. After we learned the truth, we knew that something had to be done. But you can't make a cake without breaking a few eggs. We'll all be eggs in her massive cake, you see. But maybe some of us will get to eat it too. I'd hardly call turning people into meat pillars saving them. I don't expect you to understand. You can't see things like we do. Caesar's doing the Lord's work and you'll never find him. We've received reports of SCP-5967 manifestations in the area. Agents have already been dispatched to stop Caesar. He'll be here within the week. We'll see. Since February 14, 2020, there were 18 additional manifestations of 5967 across Bergen County, New Jersey. Similar reports from undercover Foundation agents countywide confirmed that Caesar Winters was responsible for the creation of the instances. MTF Lambda-5 encountered Winters in the Meadowlands, a remote field located in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Leader of MTF Lambda-5, Alpha, signals Beta and Gamma to form a loose circle surrounding Winters and his group. Winters begins gesticulating at 5967, forming wide circles with his arms. The ocular organs on 5967 follow the motion of Winters' arms before abruptly snapping in the direction of Alpha. Winters chuckles. The other individuals surrounding 5967 share a monotone, synchronous laugh, all at once. Alpha tells Winters to surrender. but he refused to. Alpha signals to Delta, who fires a shot into Winter's head. Winters falls instantly. A member of the group begins to violently convulse before bending over and vomiting eyeballs. A tear forms at the base of their neck. From the wound, the face of Caesar Winters appears. After several seconds, the original head is detached and is replaced by that of Winters' own. MTF Lambda-5 fires upon the commune for 15 seconds, resulting in the termination of everyone present. Alpha approaches the 5967 instance and prepares to contact the containment team, but she stops after hearing a weird sound. The bodies of the commune begin convulsing before levitating by their necks. MTF backs away. They have their rifles trained on the floating corpses. The chest cavity of Winters bulges, as if something were trapped underneath. Moments later, it bursts, spraying viscera and sending eyeballs flying toward the direction of all three members of MTF Lambda-5. Alpha shakes her head, cracking her neck several times. She drops her gun and falls to her knees. Beta fires upon the corpses, while Gamma approaches Alpha and pulls her away. Alpha breaks free of Gamma's grip and sprints toward 5967 and licks it. The floating corpses accelerate toward Beta and Gamma at high speed. Gamma is able to successfully avoid a number of corpses by rolling away. Beta, however, is struck multiple times. Gamma aims her gun at the floating corpses. Gamma looks at Alpha, who has stopped licking 5967. As Alpha turns to face Gamma, her eyes roll into the back of her head. She cocks her head to the side and smiles. Alpha runs at Gamma with arms outstretched. Gamma shouts, but is ignored. Using a nearby rock, Alpha knocks Gamma's helmet off. She holds open Gamma's eyelids and licks her eyeball. Gamma screams. Alpha looks to the sky. "I can see you! I can see everything now!" After failing to apprehend Caesar Winters, a containment team was dispatched following Gamma's call. The team was able to secure 5967, Alpha, and Gamma. Gamma was treated at Site 83's medical ward before being awarded a Silver Lion badge and a 2-week vacation. Alpha was psychologically screened upon her return to Site 83. After a 2-week period without any anomalous activity or hostile thoughts from Alpha, she was cleared for an interview with junior researcher Umar Hadid. Halfway through the interview, both of them began to feel something odd and peculiar happening to their bodies. Alpha begins to cough. She rises and turns her back to J.R. Hadid. Suddenly, Alpha vomits an eyeball into her hands. She turns and looks at J.R. Hadid, who is disturbed. "Tell me, Hadid, are you a fifthist now? Are you ready to see the truth?" J.R. Hadid exits the room, sealing it behind him. Alpha attempts to break through the glass but is unable to. Alpha paces in circles in the center of the room. She draws several signals of unknown origin on the walls and floor. She then proceeds to light a candle through anomalous means. "Here's the truth, Mr. Hadid." There is a bright flash of light from the sigils. An unknown quadrupedal entity emerges from the floor and attacks Alpha. The entity and Alpha merge once contact is established. Alpha is no longer distinguishable as her body contorts into a mass of flesh, muscle, and eyes. The mass extends upward until it reaches a height of approximately 7 meters tall. Remember to check out my new animation channel, The Rubber Talks, where I share my life story, thoughts, and opinions. Just click on the link in the description to enter the Rubber's world. Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy to show off your best art piece in our next video. Check out our description below on how to submit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.